Papa started it all with a casual remark one Tuesday morning. Glancing at the shields on the walls at the clubhouse, he's asking, "How many teams have we played against?" A chance discovery of a box of shields in the upstairs room, surplus to requirements it would appear, added to the question. How many have we played? We counted and counted and counted. We're currently up to 406 teams.
406?
Yeah.
And
that's not a bad effort, is it?
Well, these are a selection of the shields which we've picked up on our travels. So what was the furthest you've travelled, Sam?
The furthest I've been is Cornwall.
Well, that's not bad, is it?
I was lucky enough to go on the first senior tour the club had in 1969, which Mike Ryan organised. We went to Cornwall. We played 3 games. I think it was 3 games. Well, 2 games and 1 sevens tournament.
Okay.
And myself, George Street, Kev Sanderson, and a couple of other lads were just coming out of Colts at that stage, and we were asked to go along, which was a bit of an eye-opener when you had people like Mike Ryan and Harry McKeever and Wilf Murphy and people like that along. It was just mad, absolute mad. And obviously everybody will have seen the famous video.
The cine film, you mean?
Yeah.
so
yeah.
My first game for the Wids in the 70s was Carlisle away for the 5th team, which in those days was by no means unusual. But think of that, all the way up to Carlisle on a Hughes' coach.
Well, I can remember in those days that our first game of the season was always Furness away, Barrow. So it'd be a coach up to Barrow.
And of course, we played in South Wales quite a bit.
Yeah, played in South Wales, played South Wales Police. Well, that was a bit of a laugh because we were told the night before that the game was off. So all our lads went on because of the bad weather. All our lads went out on the ale.
Yeah.
Got up Saturday morning, were told the game was on.
Yeah.
So they worked the head on us there. Yeah. But obviously, Crack Riley and Les will tell you lots of stories about teams they've played. Top class team like Northampton and the like. In the heyday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all interesting. But I think that having actually played 400 and whatever it is teams, I think is a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, yeah. And there's still a few coming in, I'm sure.
Yeah. The other thing, of course, we've actually housed here is tournaments from outside teams, like that tournament we had from the French Ulster.
Yes.
GC Ulster had their international tournament here some 3 years ago.
Ago, isn't it? No,
and they were from places like La Rochelle, who obviously are a top French team, Paris. So we do have a lot of other things that I'm sure if we put our thinking caps on, we could come up with other teams that have actually played here but not played against the Widnes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm told that there were at least 2 of the Georgia team on Saturday trained on this pitch over here.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Because I remember when the French team played here, my son, who lives down in London, was out with one of his mates, and he said, "Oh, my brother sent this picture through to me, and his brother works for GEC, and this was on the GEC website, and it was a picture of Jed with one of the players out on the front of the pitch there, and that was shown internationally." And Andrew said straight away, "That's Jed."
2 visitors were Lancaster Roses from Pennsylvania, USA, Leprechauns from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Crack Riley appeared in the weekly news. The Rugby World picks up on the story. So before we close the Rugby World, let's just have a glance back. They do raise a very good question. What goes on tour? Story for another day.